Hi, everybody. I'm Josie, and I'm here to read another message from Jesus that he spoke through Mandy as his main vessel. And I claim that Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach, came in the flesh, bled on the cross, and rose on the third day. He's planning on saving us all. We all love him. He loves us all very much. So let's get started. Um, Getting tired. It's almost Friday, so hopefully I can do this. It's kind of a long one, so let's get going. Even though I'm tired, we're gonna bust through it. That's why we're obedient and faithful to Jesus. We still have our lives, we work, we have our families, and we are faithful and obedient. And we want to read his messages because they're very important to show you all how loving he is and how he's planning on saving us all and destroying evil in the end. 4/30/2026, pre-introductory phase. Second phase, part 4, God's physical calendar, 1311, God's spiritual calendar, 611, God's true Gregorian, 1115. Instruction manual to know who is truly being guided by me, Yeshua Mashiach, or who is false, led by the false father. Here is the main thing to see. Instruction manual number 1. If they are not in their glorious body when it's time for my 12 to show their glorious bodies, that means I have not sent them. And at this point, if you are continuing to watch these people after knowing this warning, I'll allow those negative frequencies to block what I'm teaching you now. You see, children, I do not do anything to harm you. I do everything to help you. But there's always going to be a correction with my love behind everything to teach you what to do and what not to do. Now, here is what to look for before the glorious bodies are here. Here is what you should be looking out for to decipher who is truly speaking my words or the false father's words. Instruction manual number 2. Do they know my gospel, my true good news? Or are they condemning other believers as sinners, even though I finished all sins on the cross? Number 3, instructional manual. Are they flashy? Meaning, are they inserting their own take through man's teachings instead of humbly coming to me for answers? Saying we have to stay for my wrath. There is no rapture under the law teachings or preaching darkness is for my elect and claiming to be a prophet, etc. But last but not least, 4. Have they advertised in any way, cashed out, asking for handouts, gifts, etc. to further their ministry while receiving prophetic messages, dreams, or visions through their online forums? No, we don't. None of us do. Now, as you can see, this is eliminating most of the people that you are listening to. If they are claiming to be a prophet or a messenger from the Lord, if they are just a watchman or trying to further my kingdom by sharing my gospel and my good news, I am not referring to those people. However, there are exceptions. There are some people who I'm currently using who has cashed out. I'm not allowing the devil to take over yet. It'll be on my perfect timing when I make the switch. That is because I'm giving my mysteries through these people to take down the elite, to show what the enemy is doing and what the enemy is planning. So I'm allowing these people to build a huge following, and even though they are cashing out, I am not ready to flip the tables on them yet and allow the false father to come in just yet. But on my perfect timing, I will, because according to him, to the heavenly contracts, the false father can come into deceive my people if they have cashed out on social media forums, claim to be a prophet or a messenger sent from God. This was all set up from the very beginning, and I'm going to flip the switch with them when I'm ready to prove to you all the rebellion colony and my first heaven. This is a mystery that I am bringing to the table now, and you may not understand every single thing that I'm referring to now because you don't have all of the mysteries of how everything got started in heaven and how the heavens got corrupted. But what you need to know is the very first heaven never got corrupted. It stayed pure, and this is why I made a second heaven to create the battle lines, to set the rebellion colony to keep my heaven pure. And I call that rebellion colony my hidden heaven. So you see, my children, you're all from the same place. You just do not have your memories back yet. But some of you were part of the rebellion colony at first, but because your father knows the beginning from the end, it's all set up to where each of my creations were also created pure in my first heaven. So even if you're part of the rebellion colony, which most of you are, you still have pure version. You still have a pure version in the first heaven. This is how my creations have created so many different forms. The doppelganger, the duplicate spirits, the same suits, different characters of primary suits and different suits, matching the same personality traits with your spirits in them. The good and bad, and even the ugly, based on certain things that I was accomplishing through my creations in heaven. There's a reason I say ugly. It has nothing to do with appearance, because all my creations are beautiful in their own way. It has to do with something else entirely, and you will know why I'm referring it to ugly on my perfect timing. You see, children, there are so many mysteries that you have no idea where any of this comes from, but I'm trying to lead you in a way that you can understand, because all of your eyes will be open here soon when I'm ready to pull my switch and bring the veil down to show you what's truly on the good side and the dark side. Now, some of the exception prophets that I have used, many of you are following them, and rightfully, because I have sent them for the time being, but you are going to see a big shift in them when it is time for me to expose them as I switch their spirits out to the rebellion colony. I chose these exceptions knowing the beginning from the end, and that they were going to cash out on my words without asking for my permission to be a part of this world through financial gain, while using me in a prophetic insights to lead my people truly into my truth, without understanding every single thing that I'm bringing to the table. Now, if you follow all these guidelines and you start to recognize who my character truly is, you will not be misled by these people claiming to be prophets of some sort through prophecy, dreams, or visions. So now that I've instructed you, the most important thing to remember, all of the prophets that I've sent always claim that Yeshua Mashiach, Jesus Christ, is their Messiah. I also identify myself through messages, and I always show you my love and my grace, whether or not I'm playing both roles, the true father and playing the role of the false father for training purposes. To get you all battle ready, you see, children, everything I do is for your benefit, to wake you up to my truth. It is up to you to follow them or not. I have given you a set of guidelines to follow, but the choice is always yours. I know what the Bible says. If it's a prophet, if I know what the Bible says, if a prophet gets something wrong, it automatically disqualifies you as a prophet. But how can you decipher what that truly means of what is right and wrong when you do not have any of my full plans? You see, children, I told you I am using the time clock. So many different ways. I told you I'm using the time clock so many different ways and changing events, making certain dates come again. So you see that rule right now is kind of null and void, because there's so many future prophecies still to come based on the time clocks that I'll be using with certain events. So in that case, when it's time, when that, so in that case, when you need to humble yourself and truly come to my feet and ask me for my truth, and ask me if Yeshua Mashiach is using this prophet. You see, children, the devil is out to deceive you, and he's deceiving many of you now because you're listening to the wrong people, collecting all these negative frequencies. There are a handful of people now claiming that I have sent them, and I have not. So now that you have these instructions, use me for your guidance for any questions that you may seek. This Yeshua Mashiach. I came in the flesh, depending on which translation you use. I bled died on the cross, and I rose on the third day. I am the one giving Mandy my outline of instructions for my end time plans, because she's my scribe. I chose her before creations were even made. I'm giving these revelations to her, and to try to show you how I'm conducting everything through heaven. It does not make her more special than you. I have no favorites. I chose people according to my will and for my glory, and wake up all my children. There's no need for comparison, because I'm behind it all. And when I finally open your eyes to my truth, you will see why I've chosen her and all of you on my perfect timing, to show you my kingdom mysteries, giving you my final outline through her and her Adam, to show you who my true prophets are and who are the false prophets working for the devil. Wow. Stick around for part 5. This is wonderful. He's explaining everything. We're just normal people. We work. I'm towards the end of the week, I work and I'm tired, and I'm so grateful and thankful to be able to read Jesus' words. I'm beyond, this is, no matter what happens, I always want to read Jesus' word. I always want to go to his feet. I always want to love on him. Everything he says is love. And we always claim that Jesus Christ came in the flesh, bled on the cross, and rose on the third day. And he brought me into this light circle, and he took me away from all these different, watching all these different people and videos. And this one is he always keeps me here. This is it. This is the true light circle, and he has me here. And if you listen to all this, like I haven't even read it till now. So sorry if I stumbled on some of the words, but this beautiful. It's Jesus. So I love you. God bless.